Good evening, everybody. My name is Michael or Avi, and today we are discussing about the Dream Marketplace closing down last year. And I'm going to drink my Coke. Wow, that's great. So it started in 2013. It was one of the longest running darknet marketplaces up until last year it announced it would close. Due to suspicious circumstances of its closing, after administrators announced that the site would go down, some users suspected foul play. Let's investigate today, 1 year after. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Let's roll the intro. Before we discuss the full details of Darknet Marketplace Dream, we will go into the scenes of Darknet market closures and their consequences. All right, enough of that voice. Like every free market, the DN economy sees its many... I'm recording. I'm recording a video. It's very professional.
I don't care.
Spadła na podłogę.
No, jesteś.
Like every free market, the darknet economy sees its many rises and falls. Sites come and go, just like brick and mortar stores, open and close. Yet in recent months, we've seen a large number of sizable, illicit DN sites closing and smaller niche ones taking their place. What do shutdowns look like and what happens next? Well, when a department store succumbs to the retail apocalypse, there's a common pattern of events. Initial announcements, signs in the windows, increasingly deep discounts, employees fired, doors closed, repurposing of the retail space, etc. Bankruptcy. See you goodbye. Similarly, when a DN site shuts down, there's a common pattern of events occurring prior to its official demise. We frequently see a site crash. Followed by ominous silence. Then an explanation emerges and the site's brand equity is repurposed. The site crash is generally posted by the market admin and is often announced as only temporary for technical reasons or site upgrades. But then, the maintenance lasts much longer than expected and the site admin goes AWOL. Oops, without any explanation whatsoever. The true explanation of the shutdown generally surfaces shortly thereafter in one of three primary ways. Takeover by law enforcement. This pattern is generally seen in sites that deal in highly illicit items such as drugs and weapons. A honeypot operation. Following the shutdown, the site reopens for a period of a few weeks and seems to continue working regularly. Yet in reality, it's being run by law enforcement who took over the site behind the scenes. By way of example, the massive international effort around the takedown of Alphabet and Hansa, unfortunately, rest in peace, Hansa, was a great market, enabled the Dutch National Police to run the Hansa marketplace and covertly monitor criminal activities on the platform until it was finally shut down in relation with Interpol and the German police and the American FBI and a few other law enforcement agencies. Takeover by a competitor, comparable to a hostile takeover, but according to Darknet rules, we generally see the site in question reopen for a few weeks, during which time it seems to continue working regularly. In reality, it's being run by a different entity who took over the site. This is common in basic credit card markets where there is one person or group operating the market. Just a few months ago, the Brian's Club credit card market was compromised by a competitor. They leaked over 23 million compromised cards. The admin of Brian's Club then took a popular darknet forum to defend his reputation. Great. This is pretty recent stuff, and I'm kind of curious about this. I haven't personally looked into Brian's Club because there's people who ask me in the comments section about CCs. Listen, I don't get involved with CCs. I don't want to touch that. When card shops play dirty, consumers win. So 26 million cards, Brian's Club. They sold roughly 9.1 million stolen CCs, earning the site as resellers a cool 126 million bucks across 4 years. He went to cybercrime forums this week to defend his business and reputation. Exit scam, and this is very popular, especially with the smaller markets because it's so easy, and then you get to keep all the money, and it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to file a police report if a darknet market owner steals your cash in Bitcoin? No. And probably no one's going to find him, so see ya. Known in both the real world and the darknet, an exit scam is when a reputable business simply stops shipping orders but continues to get payments for new ones. Depending on the entity's reputation, the amount of time between this action and when consumers discover it can be long enough to generate significant profit. Exit scams are most prevalent when the market has multiple operators and works under an escrow business model. We saw this most recently in the Upland market, one of the darknet's largest markets, who lock vendor accounts while still allowing buyers to place orders. And then people who get locked out, well, they're going to go to the forums, and eventually it just goes downhill. And when they get enough money, see you goodbye. Department stores out, niche shops in. D&M shutdowns have peaked in the last few months, with 3 major markets shutting down last November alone, one by law enforcement, one due to an exit scam, and the last unknown. While going out of business is not a new phenomenon, online or off, the fact that large and popular darknet sites are shutting down is motivating cyber criminals to find alternatives. So, nightmares down. Today we're seeing many smaller, more targeted niche markets coming online, including automated botnet markets and other similar enterprises. There's no lack of innovation and motivation among cyber criminals who are hungry for profits, and creating new DM business models to replace ones that were shut down is at the top of their agendas. So, great article to lead us into Dream Market. This was updated last December, so it's been around since December 2013. Used a traditional escrow system. It's now defunct, ceased operations, owned and operated by its admin Speedstepper. Dream is defunct, but still it will be kept in top markets section until another market with a large user base and good business volume as Dream reaches a solid position to claim the top spot. By the way, we have to use a different website than we would usually use. You might notice that this style is a little different than what we had 2-3 years ago, and that's because we also had ClearNet sites go down. So a lot has happened. We had ClearNet site busts, we had DNMs, a lot fall down, a lot of exit scams, and Dream. Unfortunately, I didn't report on this last year because last year was kind of my off year after Pregabalin. It went down under sketchy circumstances, so let's just go through the normal details. It did not support multi-sig. Security issues is a happy face, but of course, as with any market, there were issues. It just wasn't that bad as other smaller marketplaces, because this was huge. This has been around for a long time. The guys behind it actually knew what they were doing. And I know every single market has its naysayers that, oh no, the admins were horrible, or the moderators, or whatever. Listen, but there's really bad examples where people were able to find out who the admin owner was in real life within a few hours. So you compare that to Dream, and yeah, completely different world there. In order for anybody to make millions of dollars off of a DNM and successfully continue that pattern for years, it takes some skill. It did allow FE, which I don't recommend FE, by the way. Commission was 4%. Vendor bond was 0.1 BTC, which that is around $880 right now. And BTC, we had the Bitcoin halving recently, so that's $887.10 right now. Awesome. This is going up. And by the way, if you're interested in cryptocurrency, you have to subscribe to my cryptocurrency channel because we are posting more content there. It did force vendor PGP. Always use PGP. There's some markets that didn't do that, and it wasn't great. It shut down ultimately April 30th, 2019. We're reporting on it May 12th. It has been a little over 1 year. It has been rated 4.81. This says out of 11, but it says out of 5 stars. So let's read some of the reviews. The best market. We are, remember, great. English spelled wrong. RIP Dream, not forgotten. Here is an old picture of Dream. Today's top dark web marketplace, which was March 26th. Announced plans to shut down on April 30th. The announcement came on the same day Europol, FBI, and DEA officials announced tens of arrests and a massive crackdown on DW drug trafficking. The timing of the 4 announcements immediately sent most of Dream Market's users and dark web threat intel analysts into a frenzy of theories that law enforcement might have already seized the site and are now running a honeypot operation. Dark failed. Do not log into Dream Market. Law enforcement in some countries can apparently run a DNM for a month without shutting it down while logging all data and lying to the public the entire time. This happened with Hansa during Operation Bayonet. Okay, look, a partner company is bizarre. Possible rebrand, possible retirement, possible LE, Operation Bayonet 2.0. Somebody with a lot of money wanted the market. No mention of this on the Dream forums, either FWIW. Their fears are based on a similar event from June 2017 when Dutch police took over the Hansa market and ran the site for a month while collecting evidence on the portal's users. Law enforcement later used passwords collected from Hansa market users to gain access to accounts on other DW marketplaces. The message displayed today on the Dream Market homepage and user registration sections also said the site's operations would be transferred to a partner company at a new URL. However, in light of the Europol and FBI announcements, many users now fear the new site may also be an alternative honeypot and a clever trick from law enforcement officials. So, Dream Market has been having technical issues. Dream Market's shutdown came out of the blue and shocked many of its customers. The portal had been in the news lately after a hacker began selling hundreds of millions of user records on the site, but the portal had already been facing huge technical problems as of lately, being many times under prolonged DDoS attacks. Some users attributed the attacks to one single threat actor who allegedly found a way to exploit the Tor network itself and launched DDoS attacks on several DW markets as part of an extortion scheme. Dream Market had been live for 6 years. Dream Market will end its activity after a 6-year run that lasted from April 2013 to April 2019. Dream is also the last standing marketplace from the once infamous Big Four portals that used to dominate dark web trading in the mid-2010s. That list also included Alphabet, Hansa Market, and RAMP. By the end of next month, all 4 sites will be down. However, only Dream will be down on its own terms if this is indeed a voluntary shutdown. U.S. and European authorities seized and shut down Alphabet and Hansa Market in June and July 2017, respectively, while Russian police took down RAMP in September of the same year. Silk Road used to dominate DW trading before that, with its glory days between 2011 and 2013 before being seized and shut down by U.S. LEOs. If Dream manages to shut down without any drama, it'll be one of the few dark web markets that does so. Most of these sites are usually seized by law enforcement, or admins run away with users' money in a tactic called an exit scam. With Dream ending its activity, sites like Tochka and Wall Street Market will now become the go-to places for buying illegal products such as drugs, weapons, malware, or hacked data on the dark web, which we do not recommend on this channel. This channel is only for educational content, and I like reading about this. It's very interesting. It's controversial. Wall Street Market, that was a website that just looked bad. It didn't function that well. I don't know why people would be going to it, out of desperation, I guess. Update March 27th, a day after posting a short announcement on its homepage, the Dream Market team posted a longer explanation on why they're shutting down on the Dread dark web social network site. Site moderators said Dream was closing its doors and migrating the site's user base to a new site because of prolonged DDoS attacks that were driven by a $400,000 ransom demand the site couldn't meet. Hey everyone, I'm an official Dream Market mod. As you know already, Dream Market is planning to shut down. As we also stated that Dream Market will be transferred to a partner company, which will be a fair and honest company. So what's that mean? Dream Market has been DDoS for the last 7 weeks by a user that wanted $400K in USD, and we've denied that. The problem with the DDoS was a big issue for Dream Market. Our tech team of Dream Market worked as hard as they could, but the real problem about the DDoS attack is on the Tor browser side, so we had no power to resolve this error. Some people who asked why there was a random v3 mirror on Dream Market, and I explained this. There is versions such as v1, v3, and we were using the v2 version, and we thought because the v3 is more updated, it would prevent the DDoS, which did not ultimately help. Also a reminder that, and this should be respected a lot, that everyone can withdraw their money before Dream Market will be shut down. I also want to remember everyone that there are some unstable people spreading FUD around about LE, etc., you name it. Just ignore all the FUD that is being spread around. To make everyone happy, wait for the new market to come out. It's going to be as good as Dream itself. So I have no idea. I'm just reporting on this a year later. We're going to find out. Maybe since this video is getting a little bit long, we're going to look into it in another video. I'm a person who wants the best for everyone and look positive at the future. All I'm asking is you to be smile, be hyped, and wait till the new market comes out. If you have a dispute that needs to be done from today, Wednesday, feel free to PM it. I'll take a look at it. Smiley face. Thank you everyone for supporting Dream. Hopefully we will see on the new market soon. It's kind of like if Walmart was shutting down or Amazon was shutting down. Don't worry guys, we're making a partner company, except you then remember, oh wait, this is illegal. This is on an encrypted forum. So, okay, that's interesting. It's always entertaining to see that. For those who might be wondering, well, why are you doing it on your computer, not on a burner? I'm not even accessing DNMs. I'm just going into forums. And there's absolutely nothing illegal here. I am not even registered. Going on Tor isn't illegal, my friends, because Tor really just helps you search up a lot of onion sites, and not every one of them is illegal. You see, the DW or the DNMs, well, that's only a small percentage of what actually happens on the deep net. So most of it is just servers. It's like servers for Facebook, Amazon, all that stuff. All right, so what the F actually happened to Dream Market? What happened? What exactly was the point in promising a new market and then just disappearing? Let's be honest, Samsara is nothing more than a scammy clone. I'm happy they didn't just exit scam, but I'm struggling to see why they left everyone in this state of confusion. This guy says, keep in mind that every market is on the way to exit scam. SS is a very smart individual. Guys have been playing dirty with LE and want to be investigators all the time. That is how he was never caught doing his dirty little thing, and that made him more money than anyone can ever think. So if he's out, maybe he's buying Lambos out somewhere and just Treating himself to the island life. Who knows? Exactly. Treat every market like they're days away from an exit scam. Release your escrow and packs arrive. Don't F with your vendors. Even better, use only walletless markets like escrow if you have to, and do all the rest through direct deals. Speed Stepperos finished his career as a marketplace host due to the shutdown of Dream Market and the contentious amounts of individuals trying to reveal his identity. Samsara is a Dream Market copy that was reopened by the staff of Dream Marketplace. So I guess that's that. We're going to look into Samsara in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment or subscribe if you are new to the channel. We shall have a new video up tomorrow. This video was filmed completely sober. This video is filmed completely sober. I don't support filming under the influence. Oh, girls. So, see you guys tomorrow. We will be discussing more darknet markets in the future. Bye.